You see Zabitov, you know, slightly taller. We'll see if he can use that height advantage.
Oh, waste no time there, man. The same way he walked to the cage, he walked to take him down.
That's the Wolf. He's on the prowl. Not wasted any time coming around the back of Ешбаев.
And right there, Zabitov surprised us all. We were expecting a stand-up war. Absolutely lulled him into a full sense of security, right in for the takedown.
Great talent coming out of Kazakhstan these days.
Absolutely.
It's a hotbed of talent. Lots of good boxing coming out of Kazakhstan.
Now, this moment here is going to be really important to see how the fight goes. If Zabitov can actually secure this takedown and hold him down, then that will put him in good stead for the end. Ешбаев also, to that same token, if he can defend the takedown, that will give him confidence moving forward.
And Ешбаев is doing well. He went to the cage. He's using the wall to get some balance. He's going to turn and defended well. Now for the single leg, Zabitov.
And it's very interesting that Zabitov is actually committing to this takedown so much. He's adamant to get this.
He is.
And he looks like he's on his way. He's got those hands together. Down goes Ешбаев, not all the way to his back. Right up against the fence, doing a great job still of defending against Zabitov.
Now this is the key now. Can Zabitov hold him down? Can he keep him down? That will be the key.
Right in front of us. Zabitov trying to lock his legs there to avoid him to stand up, getting the half guard.
We've got to be excited. 2 titles on the line tonight. The ladies will be in action for that women's flyweight title. And then main event, it is going to be a rematch where our current light heavyweight champion Tarek Suleiman takes on Will Fleury to potentially be a 2-division champion. That could happen tonight. Either that or we have a new middleweight champion in Will Fleury. And now going after it again.
He's relentless, man. It's leg, body, leg, body.
But great job by Ешбаев to get his hands down, to base himself, and not go all the way to his back. Very well done.
100%. He's doing a great job. He's pushing on the head. He's pushing on the head. He's up against the fence. He knows what he needs to do.
And that takes a lot. What Zabitov is doing right now takes a lot of energy to continue to pick up your opponent and continue to bring him down to the ground, but not really do anything. I mean, yeah, you're technically scoring, but at the same time, how much energy are you using?
Yeah, almost a reversal there.
Another one. Another great takedown by Zabitov. That makes 3 fantastic takedowns here by Zabitov. Now, can he do anything with it? I think that's the real key, right?
Absolutely, and I think, Lucio, you were just about to mention as well about the great reversal that we saw from Ешбаев, and as soon as we were about to see that, Zabitov goes and then secures the takedown finally, and the position of the takedown, he's in the middle of the cage, he's not by the fence, so we'll see what he can do with this.
Exactly, you need to do that because the cage was helping Ешбаев to get up. Now in the center, he can sit up. He can use the cage as a push to get up.
Absolutely. So Zabitov has scored the takedown, but in order, according to the new rules, for the takedown to count, he needs to score some damage from this position.
Yeah.
He's got a minute left, so hopefully he's able to get that done.
Yeah, I mean, if there's nothing else going on, then the takedown does, make a difference and it scores. But you're absolutely right. I mean, you have to do damage. You have to follow it up with a submission attempt. You have to do some sort of damage, some sort of striking. So far, Taksim Zabitov has been unable to do that. But right now is in the lead because he's had control the entire round. So,
but what will be interesting is that if Ешбаев is not able to get to his feet, this will give Zabitov a lot of confidence that he can take him down and hold him down.
Yeah, it's going to be something that Ешбаev's going to have to think about every time he squares up with Zabitov, is that the takedown could come at any moment.
Absolutely.
Oh, good elbows from the bottom there.
Seconds ticking away here for round number 1 in this bantamweight matchup, as Taksim the Wolf Zabitov clearly is going to take this round. But how much energy did he expend at what cost after he went for takedowns the entire round? And we take a look at the replay, and that's exactly what you're going to see. I mean, let me go to you, Lucio. I mean, spent a lot of time fighting at a very high level, going for takedowns continually. That takes a lot of energy.
It takes a lot of energy. You know what is hard after a takedown? To let go of the punches, because you use a lot of isometric strength to hit the guy. Then you have to let it go. It's very hard. It's very taxing.
Taking a look at the corner of both fighters, as you know, a big 1 in the loss column for both these guys, 4-1 and 8-1 respectively. I told Mark Goddard one of the 1s has to go. He goes, that doesn't make sense, Cyrus. I said, no, it does. I mean,
it's true.
It just doesn't rhyme, but it does make sense.
Listen,
right?
Absolutely. Listen, listen. There's no fighter that wants there to be a 2 there. They love it to be a 1. But
of course.
But Lucio, back to what you said with Zabitov. If you saw in the corner, his corner team were rubbing out his arms, were rubbing his shoulders.
Yeah, trying to relax.
Exactly, trying to relax him and try and get rid of that lactic acid. So let's see in the second round whether he's able to let the punches go.
And let's see if he's going to try to surprise his opponent and try to strike a little bit instead of going straight for the leg, because he's waiting for that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ешбаев, easy fight for him, and the respect that, fighting for Cobra Team, fighting out of Abu Dhabi, didn't have to make that travel, didn't have that aspect of it. So he's right in his backyard here, fighting in the Etihad Arena. He's got a lot of supporters in the house as well, so trying to feed off of that energy here in the MMA capital of the world. Right over the top, here comes the Wolf.
Big right hand. But Ешбаев is showing an absolute granite chin.
He's showing a granite chin, but gosh, he's not letting go of any punches, is he? I mean,
he's worried.
Very tentative.
Yeah, tentative, exactly. And the Wolf is walking him to the cage.
Lucio, you've been with this organization for a while. Did you ever expect there to be 3 events back to back to back in one weekend with this show? I mean, it's crazy, right?
UAE War is always innovating. We came back with the first promotion to come back during the pandemic, the first promotion to have back-to-back, and now back-to-back-to-back. And who knows, next, maybe 4 days.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
I have to move here, man.
Yeah, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. I mean, I don't know why we can't do one American show. Right down the middle. Yeah, it'd make life a lot easier for me.
Now, you see here now, this is what happens when Zabitov did what he did in the first round. Even if he didn't get all of the takedowns, he makes Ешбаев tentative and worried about throwing.
It's psychological. It's a chess game.
Exactly.
Right? Ешбаев has to get a rhythm here. You see him putting some combinations together. He's starting to make some contact. Finally, we're starting to see a little bit of what Ешбаев is made of here. 4-1 fighter. Got the height advantage. But here comes the Wolf. And when the Wolf goes after it, the Wolf gets his prey, and there it is. Another takedown.
That's very interesting to me, because in the first round, he really struggled for a long time, 3-4 minutes, to secure a takedown. And right now, he got in there, no struggling, got his hands together, takedown instantly. So much easier this second round than the first round.
Yeah, but again, against the cage, Ешбаев using it to get up.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So at the moment, he's not in a position of danger yet. But we'll see if he can get back to his feet.
Zabitov is trying to turn him to the center, to put his back on the floor, and try to secure the takedown. And he's managing. He's managing to do that.
Now, the last time when Zabitov secured the takedown, there was less than a minute left, and Ешбаев was not able to get to his feet. So there's a much longer time now. So it's a much longer time for Ешбаев to try and get back to his feet, and for Zabitov to actually try and work for some damage and work for some submission. So let's see who can execute their plan.
True, but in the first round, even after he secured the takedown, with 1 minute, he didn't do much.
Yeah, absolutely,
guard,
absolutely.
a little bit punching here to make sure that the referee is not going to stop the fight or get them up again.
Doing just enough to keep it on the ground, to stay in control. I mean, he's fighting very, very smart. There's a reason why he's an 8-1 pro.
And
Ahmed, while we have a lull in the action here, I know you had a shout-out you needed to get out, right? I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
So a piece of our broadcast team that's not here right now.
Listen, you know, unfortunately, we are missing Ollie Thompson, and we need him on one of these international cards to come here and headline and shut it down.
Put them gloves on.
So UAE Warriors, come on, you know what to do.
Now a minute left of the fight. Ешбаев must do something, otherwise he's going to be behind again.
Squared up here with about 30 seconds left. Ешбаев really needs to show us something. He's going to have to take a few risks. He cannot be so tentative. He cannot lay back and just play defense tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw a lot of fighters in this position yesterday. Just they find themselves not taking huge damage, but they end up being 2 rounds down and really now have to push in that 3rd round, and it's a lot of pressure to have on yourself.
Ешбаев moving forward. This is what he needs to do. He has to fight this way from here on out. 2nd round in the books. You see the show of respect, the sportsmanship between the two of them. Now we go to the replay, brought to you by the Abu Dhabi Tourism Board. Moving right in was Taksim Zabitov. As once again, gentlemen, he continues to control this fight, to dictate everything that happens in this fight. And if he can do that in the 3rd round, it's going to be an easy, unanimous decision for him.
Now, you see those shots that he's landing. That's what makes it difficult. It's not even just that he's shooting in for takedowns. On the feet, he's landing big shots as well. So it makes Ешбаев have to worry about the hands on the feet, have to worry about the takedowns. He's not able to commit to his punches as much. So, you know, Zabitov, very clever game plan, and he's done a great job.
You know, I think it's real easy for a commentator, for somebody on a headset, to say, all right, you got 1 round, you're down 2 rounds, you got to throw everything at the wall. But you guys have both been in this situation. You have to do it smartly, right? You can't be so reckless that you leave yourself wide open to get knocked out, but you do have to be extra aggressive. Kind of explain that to us. Everybody at home, listen.
Or even a takedown, if you go too eager to finish the fight, and Zabitov take him down and hold him for 5 minutes, that's it.
What
can he do?
Yeah.
And Zabitov is not very effective, but one good thing is that Mark is watching closely the fight, and he's standing up if he feels that nothing really is happening.
Absolutely.
Even if he throw that, you know, little punch in that doesn't make anything.
3 branches of UAE Warriors now with Arabia, Africa, and now our international. But this is the one that everybody wants to be on. This is the card that you want to be on because this is the highest level. This is the launching pad to go to other organizations, to go to the UFC. We've launched so many great superstars into the UFC, and it's something we really hang our hat on. Digging in for another takedown is Taksim Zabitov, and he gets it again.
Zabitov is so fast in his taking down.
And the thing is that, so Lucio, you were talking about this earlier about the difficulty with, you know, Ешбаев getting taken down in this 3rd round, and that's exactly what we've seen. And he's worked so hard for the last 2 rounds, and he needs to push for his 3rd one, but he's also tired himself.
Yeah. He locked his hand again, but now he's a little bit higher in the hips, so.
Yeah, so far in the first 2 rounds, you know, Ешбаев has done a really great job against the cage, defending the takedown. Big right hand.
It's big for him to be able to defend and bring the fight to the center again. He's going to... And Zabitov is so good, man, in his taking down. Really, really fast. Good double leg.
It seems like every single time that he'll go for a takedown, he finds a way to switch it around slightly and then find some success with it.
Ешбаев defending well again.
You know, he has just been unable to get any sort of offense going this entire fight. And he's going to look back, and you got to believe he's going to be kicking himself because he didn't get any offense off. He didn't show any aggression. And this is not what he's been training in the gym nonstop, you know. He's been training, you know, and using those punches and those kicks, and we see little flashes at the end of the round, but it's not enough, you know. And is it the responsibility of the fighter or even the coaches in the corners as well? They have to be preaching this, like, bro, go get this thing. You know?
The thing is that it's unfortunate that Ешбаев has not been able to show all the skills that he has, because he's a very talented fighter, but you have to put that on Zabitov. Zabitov has had an amazing game plan. He's executed fantastically. So, you know, you can't blame a man when Zabitov is performing as well as he is. Great performance.
And although Ешбаев was holding back, afraid of getting taken down, Zabitov was also outclassing him on stand-up.
Yeah, and you know, I think Zabitov had a really intelligent start to the fight. Just pressure the wrestling. And as we said, you know, between two strikers, the grappling often makes the big difference, and that has been the difference in this fight.
Well, here's the difference. Look at Zabitov now, possibly looking for a finish as he hops on the back and tries to get a hook in on Ешбаев. Ешбаев has done a great job of defending.
Somebody's bleeding.
Yeah, I was about to say, how great has he done? Obviously, the blood coming down the head of Nurzaman Ешбаев, the White Tiger.
Sakuraba Kimura there. Zabitov is trying to take his hand away from them, his arm.
That was a great move by Ешбаев. Fantastic transition, but Zabitov is living up to his moniker tonight as the Wolf. I mean, this guy is just ferocious. He's going after it. He's not giving Ешбаев a chance to breathe at all during the round.
He's been relentless from bell
That's
one.
conditioning, because, you know, we watched that first round, and I was thinking, you know, he's going to be worn out. He's basically at the same pace he was at in round one.
Yeah.
3 rounds, he's been absolutely relentless. He has not stopped, and if he makes it to the final bell, because, you know, in MMA anything can happen, but if he makes it to the final bell, you know, he'll be proud of this performance. Really pushed hard.
No doubt. Digging in, looking to pull another takedown to add to the bushel of takedowns that Zabitov has.
Trying a guillotine there, Ешбаев, but not successful.
Big, strong bantamweight. I mean, he doesn't even look like a bantamweight. Zabitov doesn't. I mean, he looks so much larger. Yeah, he's going to be trouble in this division as he takes home a unanimous decision victory here. We'll make it all official here in just a few moments. But what a performance here from bell to bell. All 3 rounds, 15 minutes of fighting. Taksim Wolf Zabitov getting it done tonight in the Etihad Arena. Another big win for him. Take a look at the replay.
You see Zabitov on the floor. He's so exhausted.
He's really tired.
See, you see that, and that was the thing, is that Zabitov had great strikes on the feet. Great job on the feet.
Great wrestling. Once he grabbed the leg, he walked through to take him down.
And right there, that was the story of the fight. That was the story of the fight, was Zabitov's wrestling and, you know, Ешбаев just not being able to get his striking going. And he's a very talented fighter, and I think he's going to learn a lot from this fight. He's going to learn a lot, and I think he'll be a better fighter for it.
Both of them gave it all. What a fight. Very technical.
You can see Zabitov on the ground. It shows just how much energy he put into this and how much this fight means to him.
And with the decision, Cyrus Fees.
And ladies and gentlemen, after 3 hard rounds of fighting, we go to the judges' scorecard for a decision. All 3 judges see it the same, 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Taksim Wolf Zabitov.